everyone, Chloe here and welcome back to the Group Fitness Training YouTube channel. Now on today's video I'm going to be reflecting on two blog posts that I wrote earlier in the year about the future of the fitness industry and seeing if anything has changed between now and then and whether I still agree with what I wrote back then. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now the first post that I'm going to be reflecting on is called Fitness in the Future. What will the fitness industry look like in 10 years time? Both these posts can be found on my blog, which I'll pop in the box down below. It's at www.gftcourses.com/blog. So go and have a read of the full thing if you are interested. Now, just a disclaimer, I'm going to be reading off my laptop, which is just in front of me. So if you see me just looking down, that is all that I'm doing. So the first claim that I made in this blog post is that now is probably the best time in history to be making a move into the fitness industry. Do I still agree with this, given everything that's happened with the pandemic? Yes, yeah. I think that the fitness industry is only going to get bigger over the next 5 to 10 years. I think if the pandemic has taught us anything, it's that our health and our wellness is probably one of the most important things to us. Without that, we don't have anything. And I think this time has made a lot of people realise that they need to start taking their health and wellness a little bit more seriously. I think that in the very, very short term, we're going to lose some people from the industry and that the amount of people working in the industry and the size of the industry is going to shrink a little. But 6 months plus after lockdown, I really believe that gyms are going to come back bigger and stronger. If there are more gyms opening, there are more places for you to work, more places that are recruiting, and so you are going to have more opportunities. The second claim that I made in my Fitness in the Future blog post is that there will always be a place for traditional health clubs, the sort of place where you can go and get your gym, classes, swimming pool, sauna, spa, all in one place, places like Virgin Active, Nuffield Health, David Lloyd. Now, I do believe that there is always going to be a place for traditional health clubs. I stand by this claim. However, I think that what they're offering is really going to change. I think that the middle of the market is going to disappear and clubs are either going to go really high-end boutique, high quality, or they're going to drop more towards that budget offering. I think that with the economic climate that we are going to have post-pandemic, people are either going to come out of this with their jobs intact and they'll go back to business as normal. But some sectors we all know are just going to collapse. There's going to be a lot of unemployment. I think you'd be really silly to not believe that, as horrible as it sounds. And I think that some people, they may feel that the gym is an unnecessary cost and that they can do what they need to do from home and they may cut that gym membership, or they may just be short on cash for a couple of months and they might have to dial back down to a budget chain membership. So I really think that that middle market is going to struggle. And I think that if you're a gym chain and you're not offering something unique, so you don't have a specific class that you can only get at that chain, like Virgin Active have the Grid, David Lloyd have Blaze. If you're not offering those unique things like that, then they're just going to get swallowed up. So I think that is a great thing. I think it's going to create more diversity in the traditional health club space and really force them to accelerate what they're doing and, yeah, make the industry a more exciting place at the end of the day. Now, the next claim that I made in my Fitness in the Future blog post is that the phenomenon of boutique gyms such as F45, SoulCycle and Barry's Bootcamp will continue to grow. Growth in this sector was up 281% between 2013 and 18, which is a gigantic growth. Now, this is the first claim that I've made in this article that I don't think stacks up now. As a bit of a disclaimer, I wrote this article back in January of this year, and at this point, the coronavirus was not a real legitimate threat, really, to us in the UK. I think I wrote this blog post when I was on the train up to work in London, and if someone had told me then that in 3 months' time I will be sitting in my house unemployed because the coronavirus had taken the world by storm, I don't think I'd have believed it. So this was really interesting to see live out, actually. I work in the City of London at a big gym there. I'm one of the management team for a big chain gym there. And when London started to go into lockdown, so this was kind of the week, the 16th of March, the boutiques were the first thing that started to close. So my chain gym, I left on Friday afternoon, and then Boris Johnson announced at 5 p.m. on that Friday afternoon that we wouldn't be going back into work, but we were still open till the bitter end. A lot of these boutique clubs aren't actually that profitable anyway. They rely on footfall, and as soon as the footfall started to drop in the City of London, these clubs just couldn't sustain their operational costs. A lot of them rely on people paying £10 to £20 for a one-off exercise experience rather than a membership model. And the way that the world is changing, they're not going to be able to fill their studios to a full extent for, I don't think, 6-9 months. So I don't think that they're going to be a viable business model anymore in that way. The thing is, with a lot of these boutique clubs, they are revolutionary, and I think they will pivot and adapt. I think a lot more of their offering is going to go online. So they might create an on-demand service that they can access their classes online, or they may start to branch out and offer a gym floor, offer personal training, things like that, rather than just the one-off class. The next claim that I made in my Fitness in the Future blog post is that there will be a necessary change for the industry over the next 10 years to raise the quality of coaching, both in terms of group fitness instruction and personal training. Yes, 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 yes. I don't think this has changed, and I think, if anything, the pandemic will actually force this to accelerate. There's a lot of people now, a lot of trainers just sitting at home, not got a lot to do, and the growth of online courses and online development has been huge. There's been research, I don't know exactly where it's from, I've heard this figure bandied around a lot, that by 2025 the online course space will be worth £1 billion a day, or $1 billion a day, which I think is a sign that people are serious about education. And I think the growth of the fitness industry and the growth of the fitness education industry really is testament to that. So I think that it will start to increase, and I think it's necessary. I think it's well overdue. And as someone who is passionate about education and is starting an education company, yeah, obviously, I stand by that claim. The final claim that I made in my Fitness in the Future blog post is that the online and virtual space will continue to grow. Wow. I mean, this is the claim that obviously I thought was going to play out, but if only I knew then what I knew now. The online fitness space has absolutely exploded since the lockdown began. I mean, an example is Joe Wicks. He got 1.2 million new YouTube subscribers and 20 million views in 1 week. 1 week from his PE with Joe classes, which I agree, a great way of getting people moving. For the last 10 weeks, we've only really been able to exercise online, or if you have the motivation, go for a run, go for a cycle. So online has just boomed. I don't think this is going to change when we get back into gyms. As I said, I don't think gyms are going to be able to operate in the normal way for 6 or 9 months. So I think people are going to realise that at home online is a good way for them. You know, they don't have to leave the house. It's relatively low cost. If they're busy, if they've got kids, it's a great way to just keep moving. And really, the most important thing is that we just keep moving. I don't think, however, though, that it is going to massively take away from the in-person class or personal training experience. A lot of online stuff will be an add-on to what they're doing in the gym, because the gym provides a sense of community. I know that I have made some of my greatest friendships from instructor friends, but also class member friends. There are people that, if I'm feeling under the weather or if I've injured myself or whatever, that they will come and talk to me, and they are genuinely invested in how I'm doing. And that is so powerful. It's so amazing. And that is the real power of gyms. So I don't think that is ever going to go away. I don't think online is ever going to dominate that, because as humans, we are a social species. We want communication, we want sociability, we want friendships, and that is something beautiful about the fitness industry that I don't think any pandemic is ever going to take away from us. Now, the second blog post I wrote is called "How Will the Fitness Industry Be Affected by Coronavirus?" I wrote this blog post maybe in the first week of lockdown, and it's crazy how much things have changed since then, because already a blog post that I wrote 6-8 weeks ago, there's already some stuff in there that I don't agree with anymore. My first point is one of those, that sales of gym memberships will skyrocket post-coronavirus. I think when I wrote this, I might have been a little bit naive as to how much coronavirus would really affect the UK and how much it was going to affect the industry. I think I really believed, and maybe hoped for my own sake, that the virus we'd just be in lockdown for maybe 3-4 weeks and then we'd be back into normal. We all know that that's not the case anymore, and things are going to be a gradual reopening probably for the rest of the year. I think that when we're back to the new normal, or back to normal capacity, then yes, gym memberships are going to go through the roof, because as what I said earlier, people are taking their health and their wellness a lot more seriously now. However, I think in the very, very short term, 3 to 6 months, that gym memberships are going to shrink. We don't know now, so I'm recording this towards the end of May. I don't think we know exactly how the fitness industry and gyms are going to be allowed to reopen. We all know that there's going to be social distancing in place for a considerable amount of time, and that gyms won't be allowed to function at full capacity. Now, for a little independent gym, this might be okay. They might not have too huge a membership base that they can stagger things throughout the day. However, for a gym like mine in the City of London, we have like 8,000 to 10,000 members there. There is no way that all of them are going to be able to come in on a regular basis. And if some of them are now working from home and not commuting in, they won't be coming in anymore. So I think in the short term, the percentage of people that are members of a gym in the UK is going to shrink just from necessity, just from the fact that they can't all get to the gym or might not be willing to come back. They might not feel safe yet. However, I do agree with myself that when we are back to the new normal, that gym memberships are going to go through the roof. So fingers crossed that one plays out, because that will be great for me. The next claim that I made in my How Will Coronavirus Affect the Fitness Industry post is that budget chains will profit the most from this if they can survive. I don't agree with this comment anymore, and it's kind of linked back to the first one. I think I really believed that there was going to be a stop, break, start situation for the fitness industry, that we just have like a month off and then it'll be back to business as normal. Now, budget gyms make money because they pack a lot of people in at a low price. The amount of profit that they make per member is a lot lower than a high-end club, and they really have to go on high volume, low price. Now, if they're not going to be able to achieve high volume for quite a period of time, are they going to be able to turn a profit? And we all know in business that if you can't turn a profit, then you're not going to stay in business for too much longer. They've already had a couple of months of no revenue, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond to the new social distancing measures that mean they probably won't be able to have masses of people in their club at one time. The last claim that I made in this blog post, which I still stand by, is that we will lose some quality trainers from the industry. Now, this is kind of a double-edged sword, this one. I feel that we are really going to lose some trainers from the industry, but I think there's a lot of people that are going to enter the industry as well. If the coronavirus has taught me anything, is that life is too short. I had a lot of plans for GFT at the beginning of the year that had kind of been trickling along because my life is generally very busy. I have my day job, I have my own freelance fitness classes, I'm a landlord as well, so I have a lot going on in my day-to-day life. And GFT was kind of a couple of hours a week that I was able to commit to it, and it was going to be a nice sort of steady, slow burner of growth. However, the lockdown, I was like, right, okay, I can start to do all the things that I've always wanted to do. I can start to really pursue this goal of mine, this dream of mine. And I think that's going to be the same for a lot of people. There's going to be some people that will come out of this and realise that they hate their corporate job, that they want to pursue their love of fitness because life is too short to do things that you are not happy with. I think there's going to be some people that are going to want to open new gyms, they're going to want to be PTs, they're going to want to teach group fitness classes, and what a wonderful thing to do. It's such a rewarding career, and I think that if this pandemic is going to bring new people into the industry. That is just a brilliant thing. People achieving their dreams is something that I love. I mean, who doesn't love that? Who doesn't love to see people succeed? On the flip side of that, however, I think that there are going to be some people that are going to see fitness as too risky of a career. I know that there have been friends and family of mine that have said, oh, you know, if this hits again, are you going to be okay? A lot of my friends have been ringing me, checking in and saying, Chloe, we know you're out of work. We know that you're not going to be able to maybe go back to work you're going to be the last of all of us back to work. And I think for some people, the risk is going to be too much. I mean, I have a mortgage, so obviously I need to pay bills, I need to get some sort of income, but I don't have any children, I don't have any dependents yet, anything like that. However, there are going to be some people that fitness will be too risky a career. Maybe they're the sole breadwinner for their house, maybe they've got a wife and 3 kids and their wife doesn't work because they stay at home to look after the children all day, and they just need that security that they're going to have a regular income. And that's absolutely fine. The fitness industry isn't for everybody. Just like every other industry, it works for some people, it doesn't work for others. To lose some of these probably more established quality trainers will be a shame, but there are going to be people coming up the ranks and we're going to see a new generation of trainers, which would be really exciting. So I think that is going to wrap up today's video. It's crazy to see how some things that I wrote not even 2 months ago don't even stack up in this new world and how my opinions have changed. It would be really interesting to check back in with this video in 6 months or a year's time and see if my new opinions are still holding strong. So we'll have to see about that. Before I go, I just wanted to check in with some of the new things that I'm offering with GFT, and if you think that they're going to be of use to you, then obviously I'd love for you to support my new little business and check out some of the stuff that I do at www.gftcourses.com. Now on Sunday I made the really exciting announcement that I'm opening my shop, which is so exciting. I've been working really hard behind the scenes for this and it's amazing that it's now coming to fruition, and I've had a couple of orders already, which is just mind-blowing for me. You might be able to tell I'm a little bit excited. So I just wanted to show you the 2 products that I've launched, and then obviously in the next couple of weeks when some more things arrive I will show you them then. So the first thing that I launched was my Group Fitness Instructors Essentials box. It's just a little 350ml box with nice clip top, so it's nice and secure. And in this you get 6 little microphone windshields. Oh, dropping them, that's good. 6 little microphone windshields, 6mm hole, 25mm length, which are the perfect size for fitness headsets. You get a choice of 1 of 5 colours of aux cable. You get 4 long life AA batteries, which are perfect for using in microphones in gyms, and you get a lightning adapter. So if you're an iPhone user, this is what translates your iPhone 7 or above connection into an aux cable there, so you can use that on gym sound systems. The second thing that I launched was my little 6-pack of microphone windshields. So you get these in a cute little resealable polka dot bag, and we always need new windshields. These just go walkabout all the time, so kept in a nice little bag that you can just chuck in your gym bag and keep them nice and clean. Obviously as well, last week I chatted about the 3 ebooks that I launched. They are still up on the website and still ready and raring to go. So yeah, I would really appreciate your support. As always guys, any questions, any comments, I love to hear. The more we can get this community growing will just be awesome. So yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. Until next time, I will see you then. Bye.